welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to Y&R For Life, where we talk about all things Y&R related. From my predictions, what I think's going to happen, what's going on. Hey, we even talk about fashion on the show because I'm a big time fashion girl, so we got to spill the tea about that from time to time. If you are new to this channel, my question is, what took you so long to get here? And if you are returning, what's up? Long time no see. It's been one of those weeks where I kind of didn't want to break it down into two videos, although there were certain ones that happened, certain episodes where I thought, man, it needed its own episode, like just by itself, like for me to do a video. But anyway, I'm wearing the purple robe. And you know what that means? It means it was juicy. Like I needed maybe like a glass of fine wine. One particular episode, oh, it deserved a standing ovation. But you know what? We're going to talk about some of the highlights. We're kind of switch it up from time to time. That being said, if you are new and you like this type of content, you like what you see, you like what you hear, it would be so kind of you if you could hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification so that you don't miss a single video that I post here on Y&R For Life. And my usual disclaimer, if you kind of don't want to know what's going on, you'll want to get caught up on your own, this might not be what you want to see or hear, but I am so grateful that you are here. So we're going to get into it. Again, we're going to talk about some of the highlights, and boy, were there some doozies. Okay. So at the beginning of the week, we saw Daniel and Lily. Well, Daniel gets this, phone call from Lily basically stating, I have a surprise for you. You better come to the room quickly, because this was over at the club. So he runs up the stairs and he ends up going into the room to see two, call it like canvases set up on easels, and there's a bowl of fruit. Allegedly, Lily has created a setting so that Daniel could paint the fruit and that she could paint the fruit as well. Well, Daniel's like, yeah, no, this is not giving me any sort of inspiration, whatnot. So she's like, well, what about that? I think it was a vase of flowers or something. He's like, yeah, almost like even worse. So ding, Lily has an idea. She's like, I'll be right back. So what does Lily do? She toddles off to the washroom and she comes back. She's just wearing a bathrobe. And she's like, bing, bing, bing. She lets the bathrobe go and she's like, what about me? How about instead of like still life, how about real life? So just then, Daniel, mouth is on the floor, and it was like, I don't think I can do you justice, basically vision of beauty, blah, blah, blah. Well, Daniel ends up he's like sketching away. We don't see what his end result looks like. Lily does. And she's like, yeah, pretty good. Me personally, he just went like this on the piece of paper because c'est la vie. But I know, it's all for show. So then next thing you know, he's all hot and bothered. He's hot and heavy. And so is she. So they're just getting ready to hit the skins when she's like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't do my drawing of you. So he's like laying on the bed and she just, yeah, okay. She starts sketching away. Well, we see her end result. It ended up being a stick man. and with allegedly muscles. And yeah, I was just like, okay, Lily, I guess it's cute. I mean, chime in. Do you think that that was cute? Do you think that was a cute gesture? I don't know. Well, paper's gone. Two of them hit the skins. That's pretty much what ends up happening. And then at some point, after they've done their little romp, Daniel's like, hold it right there. I want to catch you. I want to sketch you again. I want to catch you in your essence again. And now she's just kind of laying on the bed, and she's smiling and grinning. And yeah, Daniel's like, sketch away. Again, scribble, scribble, scribble. So that was pretty much, again, it was a feel-good moment. I'm not knocking it. It a little corny here and there, but it was a nice scene filler distraction. Although it took up a little bit of time, but whatever. Okay, some other highlights. Let's see. Okay, Phyllis is trying real hard. So she has now gotten Adam to help her, dig up some dirt. So now Adam is super sleuth to dig up some dirt on Tucker McCall. And again, Tucker, you see him as he's now transitioning into don't mess with me, Tucker, because I can make your life a living hell, Tucker. Well, I have a prediction where Tucker is concerned, but I'll get into that momentarily. Yeah, so Phyllis has now commissioned Adam to help her. She even went so far as to say, well, I will, take the job at Augustus Kirsten. Again, that name just floors me. But I'll even, work essentially pro bono for 6 months, after which my fee will kick in, as long as you can dig up the dirt on Tucker. Well, he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to give me more information before I agree to this, and like I'm already like the bad sheep kind of thing, and like I need to know more information. And she eventually tells him whatever she needs to say, and he's like, all right. So now Adam is now in the thick of it, and he eventually digs up some dirt on Tucker, which we'll get to that. So my prediction where Tucker is concerned, so follow me here. My prediction where Tucker is concerned is got to do with Ashley. Ashley has now gone like loopity loop, total cray cray, because her obsession with Diane is like off the charts. Like it is so off the charts, it's crazy. So let's, sidetrack for a second. So Tucker and Ashley were at the Chancellor estate because, as you know, or as I've mentioned, they are supposed to be getting married at the Chancellor estate. Okay, well, Ashley, oh God, can we light a candle for Ashley, because she needs assistance. And if you recall way back when, she actually went full on cray cray. But so this is not far from her general nature, okay? So I don't believe for a second that she is totally in love with Tucker. She may like him a lot, but it's only to serve her purpose. And her purpose, of course, is to bring Diane down. Okay, whatever. So Abby has already kind of figured this out, and it's like, Mom, I want no part of this. Leave Uncle Jack and Diane alone. Like they were engaged from since the whatever anniversary, whatever that they had. And like, just leave them alone. Like, they got married, they seem happy, let it go. And she's like, well, I'm not gonna let it go. Like, I can't let it go because whatever. Well, I feel my prediction is that Tucker is going to see the light of Ashley Abbott and the fact that she is, like, in theory, using him. And he is going to now make Ashley's life a living hell. Like, as much as Ashley thinks that she has got the one up, I don't think she realizes or recognizes how much Tucker can make her life a living hell for, in theory, stringing him along. Again, prediction. That's just, I think he's going to get back at her down the line. How far down the line, I don't know. But down the line. Okay. So, again, back to Phyllis and Adam, trying to dig up this dirt. Adam agrees, whatever. Well, Adam ends up finding out, that there's like there's an email, like, dug deep down in, McCall, where it basically implicates Tucker on a cover-up regarding a singer from, back when, that he basically covered up this whole statutory rape issue. Again, Tucker tried to play it off because that's what Tucker would do. And he only knows that this has now come to surface because Phyllis had confronted him at society about this. So again, he just tried to play it off, whatever. But later on, towards pretty much the end of the week, he ends up going and bang, bang, bang on Audra's door, her hotel room door, and was like, you're an idiot, basically. Like, you let Adam freaking Newman find this information out. You were supposed to, maybe you just wanted to basically get me in trouble, and maybe or that you just that dense or whatever. And it was this whole, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, you were supposed to, get rid of any information that even could remotely implicate me in this. And oh my goodness, Adam has figured this out, and Adam knows and Phyllis knows, and oh my goodness. So there's quite the conundrum going on now, and Phyllis has kind of basically said, I'll let this slide as long as you bring the crooked paramedic Carson back to help my case, because he's the only person that can help me, like the only person. So eventually Tucker's like, okay, fine, but it's gonna be on your dime. I'm not spending another dime on this guy. Like, forget it. It's on you. Well, he didn't actually, in theory, admit any information, but he actually didn't really deny any information. So we're gonna see how that works out, because that whole Phyllis, Adam, Tucker thing, it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess. And I mean, at one point in time, Cricket, she ends up bumping into Phyllis at society, and in theory says to her, look, I will not even touch Summer if you basically say you're guilty. So Cricket, like Heather said, It's called coercion. I know this. Who else wouldn't know this? You're coercing her into making a deal for your case. Not a smooth move. And yeah, not a smooth move. Okay. So, we're going to talk about my big highlight. Why I felt, oh boy, this needed like a fine wine moment. Nikki. And can we just say the fashions this week were pretty good. But Nikki, she was on point. Her hair was looking good. She was wearing this plum outfit, like almost the color of this robe, but she looked good. They're really doing something with Nikki Newman, like this whole season. Like this year, they're really doing a work on her. But anyway, so at one point in time, we see, Slimy Nate. Slimy Nate is, talking to Nikki in Victoria's office. Nikki's in the, the captain's chair, if you will, and Slimy Nate's across from her. And he basically was like, "Oh, geez, Nikki, this is excellent work, da da da, blah blah blah, wow." And she's like, looking at him with this look of, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot." She doesn't say this, but basically, she's just this look on her face is like, "Why are you talking?" So anyway, Nikki was like, after Nate is just droning on, like laying it on thick, she's like, "Looky here, can you just stop? Basically, like, stop talking, because you don't impress me." And what Nikki didn't say was what she forgot to say. And I'm telling you, she just laid into Nate like, where is her crown? And she made a comment basically like, just so you know, the house always wins. Okay, Nikki. Nicole Newman. Yes, girl, yes. She wrote him the riot act. So much so that she's like, "Yeah, you can meet me at the club for lunch or whatever. We're going to discuss this further." Because she says, "Look, if you even remotely hurt my daughter, like, yeah, you're not even going to be gone in like days or minutes. We're talking seconds. You're out of here." I was like, yes, yes, girl. Just, ooh. She just tore him a new strip. I gotta admit, I was like, boy, he deserved that. I don't care for his character whatsoever. He's driving me nuts. Anyway, well, he's been driving me nuts for a long time now. But anyway, so they meet for lunch, and she's just basically like, "Okay, what do you see happening here? What's going on?" So Nate basically says that he can envision himself running Newman alongside Victoria. And, Nikki's like, "Well, that's a way to be honest. Okay, great." And she had even asked him back at Newman if, how he felt about her, like if he was in love with Victoria. And he's like, "No, I'm not." "Well, tell me how you feel without telling me how you feel there, Nathaniel." Yeah. So basically, he's like, "Yeah, I don't think our relationship is there yet. And I don't even know if we're ever going to get there. I think we're just comfortable the way things are." And Well, we already know Victoria. She wears her heart on her sleeve. Like, she just, she falls in love like the drop of a dime, like water going down a faucet. She's just, everybody, she just, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. And then she gets herself hurt. This is no different, Victoria. Catherine Newman, is that her middle name? I think it is. But whatever. Like, yeah, no, this is not going to fare well for you, Victoria. Sorry. Anyway, while Slimy Nate and Nikki are speaking at the club, because everybody can hear conversations, there is Elena. Man, I was just like, again, Elena is just listening to all this go down. And side note, she looked good. I mean, she was wearing shorts and everything. She was glistening. But basically, she was even laughing at what she was hearing. And yeah, that was funny. So Nikki's gone at this point in time for, she's not fully gone, but she's gone. And Nate looks over and sees Elena, and he gets up from his chair, walks over to Elena. My question is, why? Why did you do that? You're just looking for problems, Nathaniel. Like, what an idiot. Anyway, so he goes over and was, whatever, speaking to Elena. And Elena just ripped him another new strip. So he got ripped here and ripped there from Nikki to Elena. Like, it was like, goosh, 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 goosh. Total boxing match. But anyway, and she's like, yeah, maybe I should tell her all the different things about you and whatnot. Tell Nikki all the different things. And she just laid into him. So much so that she basically said, yeah, newsflash, stay the hell away from me. Oh, Elena, that was perfect. Stay the hell away from me. Or leave me the hell alone, whichever way, but it was hell this and hell that. And then she sees Nikki on her way out. Oh, hi, Nikki. And Nikki's like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm telling you, Nikki, she has her little antennae up. And she's had them up for a while. Boy, I tell you, oh, Nate, your days are numbered. Well, unfortunately, at some point in time, this is pretty much the end of the week, he's in his hotel room, brap, brap, brap. There's Victoria, who was away. She's back in town. Why? Hair looking a mess. She just, ugh. And then she was like, well, my meeting was over, and, yeah, there was nothing keeping me there, so, nothing keeping my attention, so, yeah, I came back. Because he was like, well, I was expecting you tomorrow. Yeah, no, I'm back now. Well, she starts ripping his clothes off, and the two of them are going at it. And yeah, next thing you know, they're in bed after they've done their business. He ends up saying that Nikki had invited him to lunch and was questioning him, and she's like, oh, really? How'd that turn out? I dare say he kind of left out some, particular information, but whatever. Again, Slimy Nate, your days are totally numbered. You messing with a Newman? Like, you were messing with Abby, and now you're messing with Victoria? Boy, you just flip-floppy all over the place. And again, look what you did to Amanda. Look what you did to Elena. Again, done. All right, we're going to briefly talk about, and again, total highlights. These are just things that I observed, but yeah. We'll talk about. Okay, Sharon has asked Mariah to jump ship at Jabot and come work for her with her, sorry, at Augustus Kirsten. Again, like Nick said, for the love of God, change the name, man. Okay, so at first Mariah was hesitant, because Augustus Kirsten is not an established company. Two failing companies, and Jabot is consistent and she likes her job, but whatever. So, anyway, pushing forward, she ends up, this is the end of the week, she ends up saying to her mom, she's going to leave Jabot and she's going to come and work with her. And Sharon, of course, ding, couldn't have made her any happier. So we're going to see where that goes. At some point during the week, we saw Sally and Spectra speaking with Adam over, the loss of the baby. And yeah, prediction again. This is just going to bring them closer together. And Nicholas, you're going to be by yourself once again. And you'll probably end up back with Sharon. Why? Because my prediction concerning Summer and Chance and Sharon, that whole, again, trifecta, if you will, yeah, this is not going to fare well. Sharon is probably going to get her heart broken because all the telltale signs are leading up to this. Okay. At some point, Chance, who he doesn't work. I'm convinced he doesn't work. He doesn't work. He's always at the coffee house. Like, put on your apron, become a barista. You don't work. Like, I don't know who you're fooling. Okay, so he ends up bringing a picnic basket saying that he wants to take Sharon out for a breakfast picnic or whatever. This is, a nice kind gesture. But she's like, I got a meeting to go to. I got to, no. Well, in comes Summer. This is after Summer and Chance had already seen one another at the coffee house. And then they meet up again at the coffee house, again, by sheer coincidence. And yeah, so Chance is like, well, I had a picnic and planned, but it's not working out. Yeah, you hungry? You want to go, meet up and go to the park and have a picnic? She's like, well, I'm not going to be much company, blah, 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 blah. He's like, well, okay. She's like, oh, you know what? All right. So he's like, okay, grab a coffee and let's go. So they go. They're sitting in the park with their picnic basket and Chance, see, this is what you did when you first came back into the show. This is what your character did. You were dipsy doodling with Abby, and at the same time you were dipsy doodling with Phyllis because you felt like you had to get Phyllis off your chest. So you went on a date with her. Okay, fast forward now. We got Sharon and Summer. Okay, you have now hit the skins with Sharon at least once. I mean, you're kissing her every chance you get and vice versa. And now you're in the park with Summer and like your breath might as well have been on her throat, because you're like, oh, look, some bird. Look at the bird. And okay, so let's just pretend I'm Summer. Chance is like right here. Right here. Look at the bird. Yeah. So I predict, I can see. I was even discussing this with my brother. I predict that the two of them, yeah. So while they're picnicking, looking at a bird, whatever, you just see like footsteps walk in, and they're like right behind them. Well, it's Sharon. So Sharon's like, okay, well, my meeting, whatever, got canceled or whatever, so I just thought I'd meet you here. How do you know he was going to be in the park there, Sharon? Just saying. You turned him down. Maybe he threw out whatever was in the picnic basket. How'd you know to meet him at the park? Inquiring minds want to know. So anyway, she's like, oh, but you're here with Summer. Interesting. So Summer's like, that's okay. So she gets up to leave, but she does that, proverbial look back, like almost like you broke up a moment that I could have just had with Chance. And you can see the jealousy on Summer's face, but hey, don't shoot the messenger. I could see this a mile away. I was predicting this a while back, so we're going to see if my prediction holds true. So that was pretty much what was going on. Yeah, we've got, the last thing I'd say is that at the end of the week, Heather and Cricket are speaking, and Heather basically says, you are coercing my client, and whatever Cricket said to Heather caused Heather to basically say, that's it. I am going to go to the judge. I'm going to petition the judge to basically have you removed from the case. So, of course, Cricket's like, what? Yeah. I personally think she needs to be removed. But again, that's just me. I'm not saying that Phyllis is innocent. But what I'm saying is, Cricket, you are crossing the line. Oh, yes, I forgot. There was, when I say crossing the line, there was the moment where Sharon and Adam, where Adam is basically trying to tell Sharon, Nick is in love with you. He's forever going to be in love with you. You're the only woman for him. Basically, go get your man, and so that him and Sally could be together, because Sally gets him and understands him, and you know what? They belong together, blah, blah, blah. So Sharon just ripped Adam a new strip, basically saying that he is basically borderline offensive and, like crossing the line. And if he's going to keep up with this nonsense, then maybe that they can't work together. So, yeah, I'm telling you, this week was just so much happened. And it was pretty much the majority of the characters were just, almost like they almost had an episode for themselves. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. Again, whatever I missed, it could have been, it wasn't newsworthy, or I plumb forgot. That's just the nature of the beast. That's how it goes. I thought it was a great week, personally. A lot of highs, that's for sure. So we're going to see what this week holds. I think we're going to get more of the Cray Ashley, Tucker, and along with a side of Billy. But that's just, I think we're going to get that. We'll probably get more of Slimy Nate, that kind of thing. But yeah, we're going to see where this takes us. So once again, folks, if you stay till the end, I'm so grateful. I really appreciate your support. Again, this is all for the love of the show. It's my favorite show. It is my time to just let go and let loose and just step out of reality into stuff that's completely fun. So again, if you like this type of content, you like what you see and you like what you hear, please, it would be so kind for you to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss a single video I post. It's been a blast. I really appreciate you, as I say. It's lots of love, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye.